Perfect shot on a grass court when your opponent is way behind the baseline, as Sanches was there. And watch what Sanches has to do on this point. He gets a good return. That's the return that he's looking for, but that's got good depth, that half volley, and he has to play a slice back, and you cannot track that down on a grass court because the ball will not bounce high enough for you to get to it.
Not that many tournaments played on grass anymore. As you well know, McEnroe has won 8 tournaments on grass, including one in Brisbane that's not played on grass anymore because, of course, the Australian Open is played on a hard court now. But he's won Queen's Club 4 times and Wimbledon in 1981, 83, and again in 84. $30. Won Wimbledon 3 times and has been in the final twice.
In 80, he lost to Bjorn Borg, of course, in a tremendous match. In 82, he lost to Jimmy Connors. And Connors, of course, had been thought of as sort of out of the picture, big picture of Borg McEnroe at 1 and 2. And that year, he not only won Wimbledon, but he won the U.S. Open.
You can hear McEnroe there on the mics at the back there. He said, "Can't you see the lines better than that?" He wanted a call there. They're the winners so far. McEnroe 14-5.
Sanches holds on. That's his second ace. And his second game. USA leads 3 games to 2. First set. McEnroe will serve, leading 3-2 in the first set. Second round of the Davis Cup competition, but the USA has won this Davis Cup tie over Spain 3 matches to none. USA has not yet lost a set. 2 straight set singles victories on Friday, and then a straight setter yesterday, Leach and Pugh over Sanchez and Casal. John McEnroe lost in the first round of the French to Andrei Cherkasov, as you know if you were alongside us from Roland Garros. But he did win a tournament this year over his brother Patrick in Chicago and got to the semifinals in Philadelphia, losing to Pete Sampras. Sanchez won the Italian and Barcelona over Sergi Bruguera, which was a big one for him because Sergi Bruguera is now the top-ranked player in Spain.
Sanchez had a good year. He's won $480,000 so far. He is only halfway through. Over $3 million in his career.
Kind of wondered if he should have let that one go, John. Played it just in case and pushed it long. He's stringing his rackets. He had a batch of them strung about 4 pounds tighter for today than the tension he used in his first match, I should say, against Carbonell. For years, he kept them so loose, the strings. He liked the feel of it.
They're still pretty loose, aren't they? Still pretty loose in comparison to Edberg, Becker, Stitch, some of the other grass court players. String them a lot tighter than this. You can hear it.
Exactly. Or you not hear it all as off the volleys like that. It barely makes a sound the way he can hit those kind of whisper volleys.
Make no mistake, it's the smartest volley on grass anyway, because there's no way to run this one down. Watch this.
And just count how many times he's done this. There's about 4 or 5 of them so far today, and you haven't seen the end of it yet.
that same kind of volley as McEnroe wins the game and goes ahead 4-2. You put that on a hard court or a clay court and it just sits up.
It's run.
Yeah.
That's the volley when Carlos Kiermaier took over Gabriela Sabatini's game right after the French Open in preparation for Wimbledon. That's the volley he gave her. Just the fade volley on grass, and it's still her best volley on any surface. That's what she used to win the U.S. Open semis and finals against both Mary Jo Ferguson and Steffi Graf. Time and time again, she just dumped it over the net. It's become something of her pet shot.
Hasn't missed that forehand yet off a second serve. They won away from the body.
He's hit that well, hasn't he? Again, that kind of short swing on grass. Very good deal, and he's playing it confidently now today.
Well, that was a good return again. That was a fine serve from Sanches, deep into the corner. Not a lot of pace on it, though, and that is what's getting him into trouble on the McEnroe forehand. Look at the spot where he gets here, and McEnroe, just with that loosely strung racket, keeps the ball low. Sanches really had to move quickly and stretch to try and make that backhand volley. Well, when things are working and going your way, they all seem to go your way.
Break point.
Actually, that second serve of Sanches just sits up well for McEnroe.
.35 for Sanches. That's why he's in trouble. And faces another break point.
This is tough to do on a first serve. It's just a three-quarter pace first serve. McEnroe realizes Sanches not coming in, so he takes the offensive.
He wants a call, but Bruno Rebeu is indicating that he agrees with the call from the linesperson.
3 inches behind the line. Man.
Tom Gorman gets up out of the chair.
Ball was nowhere near the line.
It was certainly Gorman didn't have a good look at that, but he likes to get up out of the chair to support McEnroe, which I know McEnroe appreciates.
He might have hit himself in the eye there with the racket. He lost the racket. McEnroe's lost the racket. The racket's on the ground as he stretched for that.
Did the racket hit him, Fred? Did the ball maybe glance off the racket into his eye?
It happened so quickly, I couldn't pick it up here, except as soon as he hit, as soon as he stretched for it, he grabbed his eye or his head. It looks as though it's his forehead. See if we can pick it up for you. There's the serve. Stretches. Ball deflected off the frame of the racket, into the eye or into the trainer Bob Russo.
take a look at that again. I still can't figure on whether it was the ball.
No,
that
it was
hit
the
him on
ball.
racket.
It was the ball because he still had the racket in his hand. He dropped the.
It looks like he's got a bump on his head, so it's got to be more than the ball, I think.
Let's see.
No, that's where he hits it. There's the ball goes, hits him in the head. The racket's on the ground. Couldn't have been the racket. The racket went from the shoulder to the ground.
Well, anyway, we're back in action here. USA. This is USA 4-2 in games. This is game point, Spain. Apparently it was the racket that hit McEnroe, according to the trainer. It's 4-3 USA with a break. First set. McEnroe looks like he's okay. We'll be back in a moment.